So hello everyone. Welcome to another little episode. I'm in the other corner of the garage now. For those that have been watching the other videos, just want to say hi, big shout out to everyone. So today I thought I wanted to do a radio control plane. I thought, yeah, I made that model. If you've been following, I made that model for the theatre production of the biplane. It was nice. It's been destroyed now. Actually took flight. 8.5 kilos it weighed, and it actually took flight in a draft and then ended up on the floor. So 3D print, that was all right, but it was the bit where it was left against the radiator where it all melted. So it's kind of beyond repair now. But just a smash, I could have repaired that. Anyway, getting back to the video of today, but quickly, that is going to be used in another scene for part 2 of their production, where she crashes in a forest or something like that. So it's not all wasted, and probably get a second production out of it. So all good. But anyway, onward today. So I was thinking, on the back of that, we'll make a radio controlled aircraft. Now, I'm an ex-aircraft engineer, so I know aeroplanes pretty well. I'd like to say I know them pretty well. I'm also a keen aviation geek, and also I originally wanted to be an air accident investigator. But unfortunately, the rules are so nailed down for radio control at the moment, with the Civil Aviation Authority, with all the licenses and everything like that. There are little caveats and clauses and this, that, the other. But if you were to 3D print a radio controlled aircraft, you are looking at it being well within the 2 to 25 kilo category, or A3 I think it is, category. So it's just not doable, because the regulations on that mean that you can't fly it within 150 metres of any sort of recreational area. Well, where are you going to fly it? You can't. The nearest I've got here is the coastline of the North Sea, and you think 150 metres out off the beach plus a bit, so you're looking at about 200, because people are swimming, so that's a recreational area on the foreshore, and that little bit of beach of sea where people swim, so that's a recreational area. So 150 metres past, you're looking at about 200 metres from the shore. So I thought, yeah, we'll go get some LoRaWAN modules. This is where this project started, by the way. I thought, get some LoRaWAN, because that's up to 7 kilometres, right? And it's an open band-ish in the UK. So I thought, yeah, okay, I could do that. A little bit more deep diver, bit tongue-tied there. A bit more of a deep dive on that. Apparently the video latency is a bit slow, but we're going to come to that. But I can't, obviously, because there's these other issues, we can't go straight on to building RC planes straight away. So I've been doing my brain in. I often thought about like a long-range submarine. I've been thinking about long-range cars, things like that. So because I never ever liked to sort of like go on a hard challenge to start with, we thought, oh, an amphibious and a fully automated amphibious vehicle. So it's a car, it's a boat, it's not a plane, but it's a car and it's a boat, and it will be able to drive autonomously. That is the essence of this video. I have some goodies which are going to get consumed in this. I have some bits from another project. I'll list everything in the notes below the video, so if you want to check those out. While you're there, could you also hit that subscribe button, please, and like and share if you know any other fellow geeks that want to sort of like play around with Arduino and stuff like that. We are going to be using my first time with an R4. It is an Arduino R4. Wi-Fi board. Lots of good bits added on. I like the Nano. I don't know why, but I like the Nano ESP32. That's a lovely little board to work with. Lacks a bit of power, but for a lot of things, there's other projects we're going to be doing with IoT units and things like that. So there's going to be lots of 3D printing, lots of all good stuff, yeah, hobby stuff, right? So for this project, we will be using an R4. So if you're following along, we're going to be using Arduino R4, Wi-Fi version. Although that's not really that important, except for bug testing to start with, because I don't really want to fry myself in a LoRaWAN module. I'm a bit of an EM kind of skeptic, I'm afraid. So we even have a smart meter. I asked the company that installed it, a very popular company in the UK that also distributes energy, charges for energy, and runs meters, does gas boiler servicing, things like that. But I can't mention the name because, you know, I might get sued. But I asked them to remove their smart meter as soon as I found out a bit more about the EM radiation, things like that. They point blank refused. So I was really not very happy. So we moved where my son's cot was at the time. It was in a meter cabinet just the other side of the cot. Didn't know anything about it at the time. But these are hobby clamps. Sorry, I digress, right? These are hobby clamps. They are fantastic. I did an order on Temu. And of course, you've got to make up the bargains and stuff like that. So those were £3.25. I love these, especially for 3D printing when you're joining sections together and you just want to sort of like weld it together. They're fantastic for that. Put them there just inside, possibly. I've got an electronic speed controller with a motor, 60 amp I think I ordered. I don't know what I ordered. But it's a 60 amp motor, 550, 55T. Because again, it was going to be an aeroplane. Yeah, we can slow it down with a gearbox if we need to. But, or maybe even make a hydrofoil. Let's see where this goes, shall we? So that's that. It's got a speed controller. It's a brushed one. So it's a brushed motor. So it's only a basic speed controller. That was £15.04 on Temu. Oh, show me age. £15.04 and threepence. Yeah, but come on. Of course, making up the money. But these are brilliant for joining your wires up together. I do like to be a bit picky and things like that. But when you just want to join some wires and stuff, you just stick them in and clamp them together. It's fantastic. So they're well easy. That was my little Temu selection. That came to roughly about £20, something like that. And then I got onto the idea of this video and making these bits. And I thought, you know what, I need servos. But I can't just have one servo because I was building an aeroplane. You got three axis to control, and then you got flaps, and then you got things like that. So I got 5 of them, a pack of 5. They were £20.89 from Amazon. So they were all right. I didn't think that was too bad a price, to be honest. And I thought, what is a project without a VGA camera? So we've got an Arduino VGA camera, which was £6.99. I actually thought I ordered 2, but when it turned up and I checked my invoice, I only ordered 1. So that was a bit of a shame. And the Arduino R4 was 21 quid basically, from Amazon again. Yeah, it's all right. It's got this little LED section on the front for playing around. So I started with an Uno R3 when I got into Arduino, and that's a fantastic board. And this is the same, near enough. It's just upgraded, and they've got this LED thing. So rather than having to constantly connect your LEDs through the wires, you can just use the inbuilt LED matrix, which we might even use for fault coding or something like that. I don't know, let's do something fun with this project. This is an intro video, just sort of like, I'm doing a project, stay tuned and everything like that. This is only part one, the intro. So yeah, there'll be more to go along. In the meantime, check out my other videos. Hopefully I've got some on there now. Yeah, I'll see you in part two. I'll be listing them all down below. Not down below. In the chapter link to the side. I think it's to your left hand side. As you're looking at this video, so it should be over there somewhere. There should be like 1, 2, 3, 4. Just scroll down there. You can go to the specific points. We'll be covering all the code. We'll be covering all the build. I'm going to share the STLs that I make, because we'll be creating on Blender. Now, Blender's a bit of a weird beast, and I'll cover this in this video. It likes polygons. So you can make some weird, wonderful and lovely things with Blender. And I use it personally because I like it. I also like doing game dev. So being used to one 3D package is obviously a bonus, even though it's better at game dev and digital modeling, where you can apply all the surface modifiers and everything like that, than it is actually for 3D printing. Because when you 3D print, somehow you still get all the polygons come through, even though it looks perfect at the other end. There is still a little bit, because of the triangulation. I think someone told me once, in a blue moon over a pint in a pub. No, that didn't happen. That's in the notes for Blender. But if you can get a free version of Fusion 360 by Autodesk. It's a personal use thing, only personal use. But if you look hard enough on their website for Fusion 360, like most things, if you go to pricing, it won't come up. If you go to Google and Google it, then it will come up. It will take you to a different page. I tend to find that now a lot with a lot of different free, software that used to be free. You have to scroll right down the page, right, nearly right to the bottom. Then you'll see in their comparison of packages, the free one or community version of it will be right there on the left hand side, and it'll only have so much you can do with it. Blender is obviously free, but obviously if you can donate. But they don't actually charge you for using it. Yeah, so that is really the intro. I hope there was some useful information in that, of me waffling on. But I think what we're going to do, the plane is out. There's too many regulations. Just can't happen. I can't afford to get arrested yet. Maybe when I've got a million subscribers, then I'll go for it, but then I'll have all my licenses and everything, and probably a commercial pilot to fly it. So a boat car, something amphibious car or truck or something like that. Find out in the next video, because I have to know by the next video, otherwise I can't start designing it. I'm going to get on with that tonight, and we'll start looking at how these things go together. We're going to flow diagram it on board, and start arranging everything, and then video 3 we'll start designing it, or at least come up with a design you can download. Probably be in between video 2 and 3 they'll actually do the design, and then we'll start fitting stuff and hopefully testing, coding, all that good stuff. But it's a little series of videos, this, watching one by one, fast forward, to bits you want. But make sure you like, subscribe and everything. That helps support me. Yeah. And happy making. See you in the next